All right. So, the White House had their correspondents dinner, that thing where they all get up and they tell jokes and ha ha ha. It's the White House correspondents, and it's all a big, we're all one big happy family. We make fun of each other, except really we only make fun of Republicans. And when Obama shows up, he's a god and nobody makes fun of him and all this stuff. So Trump doesn't go. Why should he go? These people hate him. They haven't said a nice word about him. He's jump-started the economy. He's wiped out ISIS. He's doing a great job with justices and judges. 90% of their coverage is negative, and it's about this Russia story, which now turns out to have been a complete hoax, a complete fraud, and a complete cover-up of a story about collusion with Russia done by Hillary Clinton and, by extension, the FBI. No curiosity about that at all. They're just not curious about it in a little bit, but without Trump there, all the glamour went out of the room. And so instead of making jokes, last year they just made fools of themselves. I think her name was Michelle Wolf. She just got up and had that mean routine where she insulted people's looks. It was just ugly stuff. So this time it was what journalists do best, congratulating themselves for their massive, massive heroism. Here's the chairman of the White House Correspondents Association, Oliver Knox, just talking about what incredible heroes, these wonderful, wonderful journalists who lied to us for 2 years and then didn't cover Obama for the 8 years before that, and how heroic that is.
I don't want to dwell on the president. This is not his dinner, it is ours, and it should stay ours. But I do want to say this. In nearly 23 years as a reporter, I've been physically assaulted by Republicans and Democrats, spat on, shoved, had crap thrown at me. I've been told by senior administration officials of both major parties that I will never work in Washington again. And there was a brief moment in Afghanistan when I thought a soldier not quite old enough to shave would shoot me dead for the crime of taking a picture inside the presidential palace. And yet, I still separate my career into the period before February of 2017 and what came afterwards. And that's because February 2017 is when the President of the United States called us the enemies of the people. A few days later, I was driving my then 11-year-old son somewhere, probably soccer practice, when he burst into tears and asked me, "Is Donald Trump going to put you in prison?" At the end of a family trip to Mexico, he mused that if the president tried to keep me out of the country, quote, "At least Uncle Josh is a good lawyer and he'll get you home."
I love these stories that liberals are always telling about their weepy little kids and how scared they are. Oh, is George W. Bush going to kill us? It's on Twitter all the time. My 4-year-old looked at me and said, shouldn't everybody get health care or we'll all die, mommy? And it never occurs to them that it's the fact these kids get this from them. It's not like they get it from the world. It's not like they get it from looking around at things as they are. They get it from them. So Oliver Knox is even giving a false story to his kid. And by the way, Oliver Knox's complaint is that, yes, before Donald Trump, people threw stuff at me. Before Donald Trump, a guy tried to shoot me. Before Donald Trump, they cursed me out. But Donald Trump criticized me. And now I'm really afraid. And my little boy is breaking into tears because I tell him these stories. Okay, so this sad panda press. Let's all take a moment and feel sad for the press. Then let's look at what these guys are up to, okay? Because we just got through this Russian collusion thing, and now all we're hearing about is obstruction of justice. Not a sliver, not a smidgen, as Barack Obama would say, of curiosity about how this investigation got started. How was it that we covered for 2 years this collusion story? How was it that Obama, a liberal called me up the other day and said, "Why isn't Donald Trump doing anything about Russian interference?" I was like, Obama had this in 2014. He knew this was going on. Nothing. Remember, Obama came forward and he said, there's never been the idea that anybody could tamper with the elections is ridiculous because it's too spread out. They can't do it. It's never happened before. It's not happening now. That was during the 2016 election because he thought Hillary was going to win. He was trying to cut off Trump's complaints that Russia or anybody else had anything to do with it. Then when Trump won, suddenly whole new ball game. It's a big problem. It's suddenly this is the worst, but not even any curiosity.